Anyways, welcome to the Distance Workshop Weekly. Might be a very short episode, as I was just saying a moment ago. It looks like... let me sort this again. Looks like we've actually only got 4 tracks. So most recent... 2, 3, yeah. Well, not gonna take very long to look at these, but hey, that's just how it's gonna be sometimes. Not necessarily anything wrong with that. Are there any of these happen to be menus or anything? No. Alright. Let's check out Rootways by Pines of Chaos. I guess more time to go around and check these out thoroughly and go back to some other stuff afterwards. It's a cool environment. As to be expected of Pines, always doing excellent work in that regard. Got a lot of environmental lighting and fog and stuff that really helps set the tone, and you don't necessarily need as much detail in the environment that way, but it still looks just as good. Shit. It's distracted by, the bat/bug particles. And did not see that little gap coming. Or I didn't register it. Saw it, I did not register what I needed to do in time. Oh, Yeah, I think I need to be on the other side of the road. It's the way it's curved. This feels weird. I know it's something I'm doing wrong. I'm just I'm not quite sure how to approach this, because it's that section coming up to it. It's you really have to work to get back on the roadway, and it's it doesn't give you much time to react to this. And the way it's turning is kind of throwing you to the side you don't want to be. Which is, it just feels a little more awkward than, oh gosh darn it, than it should be. It's not the problem that it's a difficult little section, it just feels like some of it's working against you in a way that doesn't feel good. Oh, right, that's the side I don't want to be on. That's something I'm sure when you get more familiar with it, it'll be easy enough to make that cleanly. It's just everything else has worked out so nicely, it's that feels like an outlier. Oh yeah, they are actual bugs with flapping wings. That's really cool. I like that. I wonder how I made those. Oh, okay. I'm not accounting for something with the direction of the road or the way my car is moving here. This jump shouldn't, or this transfer should not be so difficult. Whoops. And that's called just doing it entirely wrong. Just a moment. Why is... There we are. There we go. That's what I actually wanted to do. This is interesting. We're in some weird, sulfurous looking springs down at ground level. Still buildings and the tree roots and stuff going on. I like those lights, those hanging lights. Those are nice. Heading back down into darker areas? No. Is this the end? I'm not sure. Could either be a portal to a totally different section or actually the end of the level. Okay, it was actually the end of the level. Yeah, that was pretty good. There was that one transfer in there that felt really awkward, but other than that, good stuff for sure. You know, since we only have a few tracks to go through, let's run through this again. Actually, what's the description? You say healing pool lies beneath these ancient trees. Rootways. Alright. Let's just try and get a decent run in here. Oh, Jesus, that is not how you do it. Oh, got started. I tried to correct so I wouldn't crash into it and explode, and did it all wrong. Let's just start back at the beginning. Pretend that didn't happen. There we go. Section is tricky to take at full boost. Does not feel like there isn't a way to do it. Just feels like I did not prepare nearly early enough or in the right manner. Uh-oh. That's the section right here. So which side of the road do I want to be on? Yeah, entirely doable. Just something, it's that first transition, the way it's like you really have to work to get actually to the road surface that I think is making that feel so awkward. I think if you actually... Oh, shit. Can I recover this? Let's find out. Ooh, not like that. It's like if you got on the roadway sooner and had just slightly more time to react, it would not seem nearly as bad, I don't think. Oh, shit. That is a late jump causing wings into nosedive. So I'm holding up like a fool, because you don't actually need to when you're boosting. It's just bad habits. So why wouldn't you press accelerate? The answer is because I'm pressing a different type of accelerate. And the regular accelerate just gets you into trouble more than anything else. It's kind of weird because there's obviously buildings here. They almost feel like ruins the way they're like, or at least my impression without taking a careful look, is it feels like they're sinking into stuff or like tilted and such. They're like lit up too. Yay, we made it to the roots and the magical, well, maybe not necessarily magical, the healing spring, question mark, I assume. Yeah, bronze, that was still not a great run. One more time through. This time I want to get a better look at the buildings, because there weren't any buildings up here. I think this is all just like tree root stuff. You do get some of the structures in the form of these cooldown points. Actually, that was a straight checkpoint, I'm pretty sure. It's actually regenerated us. Yeah, there is a building up here. Yeah, that one out there. Let's go take a look at it. Whoops. Okay, I'll follow the road a little bit further. Yeah, so this building actually looks like in perfect working order. Sitting on flat ground, yeah. Okay. I guess something about the way our road's not following like a flat grounded path. Okay, yeah, water does just instantly kill you, fair enough. Makes it feel like the building might not always be straight up. But no, actually this one looks fine. I don't think I was getting that impression with this one before. I think it's the ones later in the level. Wait, that didn't give me a cooldown? I guess I didn't roll quite enough to count. Alright. On to the darkness below. Yeah, this section right here. Be more aware of what I'm doing. Because yeah, if you're on that left side the way it's curving, even if you jump, you don't make that. Or not easily, you have to be very accurate with your jump to actually make that happen. Oh, this is like a giant lantern, that's not a building. It's hanging from the ceiling, and honestly it looks like in perfect working condition. I don't know, maybe it's just the perspective from the track, which is going all over the place, that made some of the other stuff feel weird and misaligned, but I don't know, we'll see. We will see! So yeah, now we're coming into the weird yellow water stuff. Yeah, there's like, where's that supposed to be? Sap, maybe? I'm not sure. Feels like weird yellow sulfury water, and because there's like stuff running down everything, and yeah, this building is definitely like falling over, right? Yeah. That's not just me. I think the fact that there's all these bugs also make it feel like weird and in a decaying state. Yeah, visually, I like having the contrast of the lit up windows. It just, thematically, it's a little weird and confusing. Like, wait, is that building, like, falling over? Why is it still lit up? Yeah, like, this building over here is, like, sinking into this stuff. It's still a cool environment. I like it. I'm just like, I have questions. I don't think that's a real problem. Just observations. And I'm just like, ah. This is mildly confusing when I think about it. Granted, not everything has to make a whole lot of sense to be a cool track. That detail in particular was standing out to me. Neat. Let us go visit the Church of Ghost. The Ghost Church. Is this a ghost person? Ghost indeed. Hello, Toast. Hello, I is a toast. You indeed are a toast. I am a car. A magical future car. Ah, there's a toast waiting to greet us by the front door. Hello and welcome to our wonderful church. Please enter. I will, Mr. Toast. Why, thank you. Oh no. The toast was a lie. It's actually corn. No. I'm so slow. Oh, no, I'm not slow. You've lied to me, Toast. How dare you? I thought we were friends. Oh, you're burning? Okay, you know what? I'll allow this. I may have jumped to some conclusions when I saw you here. Cool, how do I help? Die, corn. Die. I don't know how to ignite the corn. I am merely a car. I only know how to drive and fly at ludicrous speeds. Cool fire. Fire is cool. I'm just gonna wander around and talk to all the toast people now. You know, just normal church things. There is obviously nothing weird going on here. Okay, I do have wings. And I will promptly manage to kill myself with them. A. How dare you A at me? I expected some equally high-quality dialogue. No. They've run out of dialogue. No. Oh, wait, isn't there one more? Yes, I will read all of the dialogue. I must know the deep lore of the Church of Toast. Of course, the lore is AAA. That is what we have learned today. I really like this, but it's not a real track. I am sorry. I'm gonna play it once more just to get a gold because I'm amused by it enough and I have time. I have time on my hands because very few tracks today. Check out my sweet backflip. Are you impressed, Mr. Toast? Oh, which side is the door open on? Let's go! Corn has all been hailed on spikes. I see it now. I see the truth! Cool. Corn is on fire. I'm getting out of here. Oh. Did I not do enough to help burn the corn? Hold up. Is that just on a timer? I was like, is that slowly moving out and I just have to wander around, or do I have to go engage in burning the corn? Even if I don't, I'm going to go say hi to the dying corn and mock it. Say, ha ha ha, you are on fire. And I am Car. Apparently just timed. Yep, there we go. And out of here. Yes! I have destroyed the corn with maximum efficiency. Victory is mine. Alright. Reboot. This, you destroyed the virus, or maybe not. Now the sectors are gradually restored. However, you were given a signal from a certain sector D2. You must get there. And this was by the guy who seemed to be making the other disjointed, series of levels. I'm not really sure order. There seems to be bits and pieces missing from them, but they've been, decent enough. I think ultimately I decided a lot of them as standalone levels were not that great, but I like how this one's starting out. We don't have any special abilities, which is a little annoying, especially if this is yay, you won! Unless this is supposed to be a credits chill sequence or something, I don't know. I don't know, but I see beat match lighting and I approve. The frame rate's a little choppy in here. A0, no longer a military sector. Military equipment is only for the protection of Sector A0. I do like that sign is large enough and placed in a way where we actually have a reasonable amount of time to read it while driving in normal methods. We do have some weird booster force zones that are making my car jiggle around in a fashion that I don't entirely like, but it's not too bad. Get a cool big ship flying around. Really not much is going on here. It's not always bad, but it feels like this is dragging on a little too long for just an intermission type thing. Or it feels like I can see sections like this as an intermission or traveling between two big set pieces, but this feels like a little much. Central factory and city. Oh, what's going on with all the green lights converging? Celebration, revival of the array. That one I did not really get enough time to read, though. I might have been distracted by the green particles, wondering if they were going to turn into anything. I think this might be a recreation or like a alternate version of one of the earlier levels in this series, just the not corrupted version. Like this says everything's back to normal. Hey, good job. In B1. Which is cool, but the music and some of the stuff just doesn't feel very, like, celebratory. Like, if this was a big, hey, yeah, we're all celebrating, you won, this is a cool level saying you won, and look at how great everything is now, it's like, it's not quite hitting those notes for me. Yeah, this looks like the end. It might be thematically cool, but it's not, like, Yeah, long and empty is exactly how I would describe it. It's like there wasn't enough to justify that. I know it's part of a series of levels, like it's supposed to be some kind of campaign type thing, but which is why I'm going to hold my judgment. I'm going to check out the last track, and then I'm going to go back and look up the other one, which I think this is supposed to be, or find out where this is followed, just basically just get some more pointed references and see how I think about it in context of that. But we're going to look at because there's been, it's only one more track this week, so we'll look at that and then we'll spend more time figuring out what the heck's going on with Reboot. So my initial impression is, yeah, it's not doing what it needs to do to actually be good in any kind of way. Like, it's not terrible. Like, it's obviously it's a drivable track. It's got some neat stuff, but yeah. Anyways, enough of that. What is this one called again? Continuity, Simplistic Sector Level, Prompt of the Month. Prompt of the month, question mark? Hold on. That transition felt a little awkward, but I'll take another look at it when we come back through here again. Oh, overheating. Okay. Yeah, I would say on a first... Okay, this side is actually not as bad because we have the building to guide us, say, hey, you can't go too far out, but this one, it's like... The fact that the road is so transparent makes it not stand out and kind of easy to, like, it's not too bad, I don't think. Just my first impression is like, wait, where am I going? I think the other side works better because you have a building kind of pushing you back in saying, no, you don't go too far out. Or you can, but you're going to crash into it. It's like, yes, road is still over there. Got some neat teleporters. I mean, I do like the transparent roads. It's just sometimes they make it a little hard to visually see where the actual roadway is when you leave it. And the end. Let me play this again. I believe the description did say it was a short. No, it said simplistic, which I would agree with. I feel like the middle sections, like this first section I like visually and stuff, and we have like this nice transition. I feel like after this section, the rest of it felt very samey. Like obviously we weren't doing the exact same things, but it felt like we were going through stuff that looked very, very almost identical to each other. Like after we go through the first teleporter. Yeah, we have some nice vertical transition. Oops, not quite what I meant. Well, maybe that's just because I was not paying enough. Yeah, so like that felt, a lot of the sections felt very distinct. And this feels like clearly we're going into a new section, but well, let me shut up a bit and actually not just come to random first impression conclusions. Not jump to conclusions that may not be based on accurate interpretations. So yeah, we have like busted roadways. Yeah, this is very distinctly a different thing. I don't know, I guess these weird sections, I don't know, what was I getting that impression from? Yeah, this is pretty varied. Yeah, I'm not sure why I was getting that impression, because it's like, And maybe it's just like the visuals are very unified and consistent, maybe a little too much so. Like, I'm wondering if it would benefit just from a little bit more variety in the coloration, but I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Yeah, I would say that's good level. Yeah. It's I wouldn't say it's like an amazing level, but I think the description is accurate. It's a nice little simplistic level that's pretty decent. There's some good variety in there, but for some reason, like, my half paying attention to the actual level brain was like, the last half of it was all the same, and I'm like, wait, was it? Yeah, there is a little bit of a glass texture. There is, but a lot of the place, it's not just the stream. Even on my screen, there are times where I can see it, like if I look really close here, but it's very faint. And there are definitely spots where I'm like not even seeing it, because it is there, but it's not very distinct in a lot of areas. Like, you have to really be looking for it to see it. Which again, visually I think is cool, but it's just like there are times where it makes it hard to see where you're going. Like they're coming at that road from a distance, it's like I don't actually see any of the textures really. Like here, it looks totally transparent. Like you kind of see it when the light catches on it or when you're really close, but yeah, it's very transparent. It could probably be a little less transparent. I don't know. It's one of those tricky things because it's like the super transparent tracks look really freaking cool, but they do make things harder to read visually. As I'm just rambling while bouncing off all of the walls and everything. I just find that amusing, just like watching what the hell I'm doing while talking about this stuff. Just all over the place, yet somehow not exploding. That's the best kind of distance, though, isn't it? You randomly screw something horrible, you go spiraling out of control, bounce off 5 different things, and somehow can end up back on the track. Let's not overshoot the end here. Yeah, barrel. And that is the final track of the week. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you guys next week. No, I'm just kidding. Not actually done, but we are basically done with that section of things, so yeah. And Rama says, recovering from corn uploads, haven't been able to make a full-length map in a while. Honestly, that's totally understandable. I've been thinking of making a map myself, but it's like, yeah, the corn month was it was a trial for all of us, I'm sure. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the other stuff by Cat Alton, see if I can find the rest of the series. How do I search by author? Darn it. Browse levels. So it's like, okay, I can just do that. Sector 11, Abyss Not Broken, that's what we talked about last time. Okay, those are not part of the series. So we have Arrival, You Abandon, we appear in some of it. Actually, hold on, let me just put these into a playlist right now. Oops. Ah, no, don't go into the level. I just wanted the camera back. I did not mean to. Darn it. Whoops. Menu, please. Okay, playlist mode. Is this it? Yeah, this looks like the one. Oh, gosh darn it. No, I wanted to. I'm doing this wrong. Yeah, this looks like the same exact beginning, actually. But hold on. Let's actually put them into a playlist like I've been meaning to do. Okay. Arrival. And Reboot. Let's put these back to back. Is there any upcoming sectors? You arrived in the city. Railway station. Signs of the Past, Archaic attacked them first. Gastown, B2 Energy Factory under protection. Yeah, it's taken over Corrupted. Close to the target meeting. The story. Runes was a test. So it looks like Purpose in it and Meeting are kind of like the finale ones. So let's add those to the meeting. Okay. Alright. So yeah, let's get some more context behind this track. So this was like an intro start of a campaign type thing, yeah. Total Interceptor, so we first get our boost, we can't do anything else, entering quarantine. So everything's a lot, or at least everything upcoming is a lot more hostile looking. This is supposed to be a city that was like infected and taken over, I gather. So yeah, I think I remember my impressions of this basically were like, yeah, it's a fine intro level, there's not much going on, but there's some decent stuff to look at. It's like, there's a ship flying around, there's some neat props. It probably goes on longer than it needs to. I think this one's actually better than the reboot version of it, because it's just like, I feel like there's more visual interest here, at least at the start. Yeah, out of running train. I don't remember seeing the train in the other one, but maybe it was, but I wasn't paying enough attention to it. Yeah, I think this is cool, but it drags on a little too long without, like, introducing any new mechanics or obstacles or anything like that. As far as setting the tone for a campaign, I guess it's okay, but it's not exactly, like, it's fine for, like, a chill, like, not having to try level experience. I think I've said something very similar before about this track, but maybe a little too much so. And I could not read that in time when it came around. I kinda want to go back and read it, but I also don't feel like it's worth the time. Yeah, this track isn't all bad. I think it just like... Oh, that is why? What? I don't understand what that is trying to say. Exactly. It's at day 2. Like, I feel like the concept of this level and a lot of it's not so bad. It just drags a little too much. Like, there's too much of not really anything happening. Yeah, so I gave this one an O rating because I was like, it's got its problems, but I think it's kind of okay for like an intro level first part of a campaign type deal. Just chill and drive. It's not the greatest, but it's not so bad, and there's some neat stuff going on there. And let's immediately go to Reboot, which is apparently, yay, you won a level. Okay, I do start with my boost. I don't have any of my extra stuff. Is this starting off a little bit different? Yeah, I feel like this is based on it, but it's not the same, because we still see that big ringed structure out there, but I feel like we're not approaching it from the exact same way. Direction. And buildings. Honestly, I feel like even if you're gonna do this and be like, here's a new take on everything back to normal and good and stuff, still give me wings and everything, even if it breaks the level, because it's not, if you're not gonna make me try in the level, at least let me fool around and play in it. Is what I'm thinking right now, because it's like, if we beat the campaign, like, don't send me backwards in capabilities and not let me be able to use any of my jumps or flight or anything like that. Like, I'm not saying give me obstacles or any reason to go out exploring, but it's like, just let me do that anyways, because again, it feels to me like it's a step backwards. It's like, yay, congratulations, you won. Also, we're taking away your abilities. Watch this. Not really cinematic experience. Like, it feels like it's meant to be some, like, hey, yeah, you're just driving through and you see stuff and congratulations, here's everything back to normal, but it's like there's not enough of interest going on. Or it doesn't really have like a celebratory atmosphere or anything that makes me feel like I'm driving through a victory lap, basically. I feel like this is supposed to be like a victory lap, the level, but it doesn't feel like that. Yeah, take inspiration from Cataclysm. More just visual, at least put in some ramps, gaps, bank the road, etc. Yeah, like, it just needs a little more going on. Or just make it a cutscene map. Yeah, like, I honestly, I appreciate the idea of not doing a cutscene, letting you play through the actual, like, aftermath. But, again, like you're saying, I have to be playing through something. Like, there needs to be some gameplay, like there's a little going on here, but not enough to justify it. Like, it doesn't really feel like it warrants a full-sized run like this. Like, this takes me 3 minutes to drive through this with very little, like, there are a few points where I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, that's nice to know, see some more, like, atmospheric lore explanation-y stuff, but it's like, there's not enough of it here to justify a track that long. So yeah, it needs more interest. It also needs to not feel like I'm taking a step backwards in, like, my capability or ways to enjoy it, and just a little more going on to be like, hey, you're sure, maybe you can say, oh, it's not practical. If they just recovered and they managed to recover everything, they're not going to be shooting fireworks and celebrating everything, but it's like, who cares? It's a celebration for the player. Make it feel like it. Or you're moving too fast to read what lore is shown. Honestly, I thought that was actually one thing they did pretty well in this map. All the signs I felt like I did have time to read. The previous time I was looking at the particles, so by the time I realized nothing was happening with that, I didn't have time to read it, but I could read it this time going through. So I actually did not think that was an issue with this map, but it was like there were 2 signs and that's not enough just to justify that. Oh, the end credits you think has that issue? I actually think I get what you're saying. I'm gonna say counter argument is that the actual distance end credits, that's actually a good thing, because I would say the vast majority of the time, people don't want to read every single thing in the credits, so the ability to essentially fast forward through it faster than you can reasonably read it is not a bad thing, because you can slow down, but I think that's not unfair to say, hey, I don't want to have to slow down to actually read anything. Like, this game is about going fast, so let me go fast and still have things work, which I think is fair. I think you can argue both ways. So, alright, let's see what led up to this. So, first one in this set was the introduction of this tutorial, and this is supposed to be like the 2 climax levels where we defeat the virus and save everything, I guess. And then that level we just did is supposed to be like our payoff celebration thing, I guess. So I want to play these to see what was leading up to it. Uh-oh. Okay, let me pay a little more attention to how I'm driving. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, and I don't have any kind of maneuvering thrusters. Oh, I don't like that. I can jump, but I can't. I mean, I guess I kind of get that, because they don't. I guess if you don't want people to easy skip a bunch of stuff with things wide open like this, which, you know, is kind of a design flaw, but it's like, yeah, you are going to have to make a choice between either jumping or maneuvering thrusters, but honestly, not having maneuvering thrusters is painful. It sucks. It doesn't feel good. I personally very much dislike that. Like, I think you have to be very careful and deliberate about where you're going to turn off something like that. And as like a big climactic, hey, we're gonna throw a bunch of hard traps at you level, it's like, yeah, but shouldn't I be testing having to use all of my abilities to get through these? Granted, I understand the way this track is built, it would be extremely easy to skip a lot of stuff, but that's just a flaw in the design. Looks more like a lost heavy red tones. The virus is one in this iteration. I believe that's roughly the impression I was getting, is the virus actually took over basically everything in this campaign, and we're trying to find a way to get rid of it. Or it hasn't entirely won, but it's definitely taken control of a lot of things, and this area is definitely like virus central, like one of their main control. It's like I said, this is like one of the climax levels of like, yeah, this is where it came from / is. I don't really know, but you know what I mean. You know, roughly that kind of thing. Definitely gonna slow down through that. I feel like this track is okay, but I do like that we have the archaic image on the back of our car. I think that's cool. Yeah, so that lines up with, I basically gave this one a neutral rating, so I'm like, there are things I like, but it's definitely got issues. I can't in good conscience call this a good track, but I don't think it's terrible. And Meeting, which I think is the follow-up, the ordering of these tracks is not super clear to me. I think that was breaking into their territory. Now we have this, I believe. Yeah, no maneuvering thrusters, which not a fan of. Yes, hello. And the glitch in something that is cut off. Hey, I have maneuvering thrusters. Why did it take so long to get them back? I actually don't even know if we had them at any other point earlier in this campaign. I really don't remember. But it feels like this should not be the point where we're just getting that ability unleashed. Or enabled. At least it does kind of feel like a step up from the previous level, I guess, in a way. So it's like, yeah, we're actually doing actual transfers and stuff now. Though these obstacles feel way too spaced out. Yeah, this is too spread out for what's supposed to be like an intense encounter. Granted, those I don't want slapped in the middle of other obstacles, but yeah, because I remember this one being like, kind of lame and anticlimactic, honestly. Okay. I had a feeling I was gonna get hit by that. Like, I do not like this thing looming over me while I'm trying to... Oh, gosh darn it. Like, this is what I didn't want to have happen with droppers. Like, oh yeah, watch the thing looming over your face, threatening to murder you while also dodging one of the second most, in my opinion, second most BS obstacle of the game. These little things, it's like... I guess they're not too bad when they're not moving ultra high speed, but it's like, oh gosh darn it. I'm talking too much and not paying attention to where I'm driving, and crashed when I should have made that one. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, it's just like that dropper's very distracting, looming over you, which, granted, maybe that's the point, but that doesn't feel... Okay, right. We're given wings so that, and we can kind of see the oh geez. Yeah, I'm just gonna not. I don't know, I'm a little mixed on that, because I'm like, that's kind of cool. On one hand, be like, hey, look, come land over here. Then, haha, no, you really don't want to. Or we're going to try and target your landing point, but I don't know. Oh, gosh darn it. On the other hand, it was like that obstacle is a non-threat if you're not trying to land perfectly at the end of the edge there. Oh, and they took away my maneuvering thrusters. Oh boy. Suddenly, low speed required obstacles. Yay. I don't remember that part. At least this part's short, but it almost feels too... Gosh darn it. I messed that up. There we go. Okay, this is further out than I thought it was. Guess that doesn't seem too bad. Archaic destroyed, yay. Oh, right, and then they actually expect you to just turn around and go back to the beginning. Because, sure, why not? Still terrible gameplay flow. I remember commenting on that before. I'm like, yeah, I guess we don't have any of our abilities when we head back out, but... Yeah, and then this immediately leads into that reboot level, presumably, as far as I can tell. That is the ordering of events. We go from this back to reboot, and then it's like we have no abilities, just drive through the city, like, yeah, you destroyed it, things are normal, question mark? I don't know, even in context of the campaign, like, I appreciate the idea. Like, for a lot of these, I think same general idea. I appreciate the ideas behind these levels. I don't think the execution is there. I think it needs work. Like, the return to the city should have more celebration or just cool stuff to look at. Give me wings, it doesn't matter, like, hell, for all I would care, I would say almost this would be the one time to say, hey, unlimited boost and wings, go fly around, do whatever the hell you want. This track isn't about making it hard to get to the end. This is just saying, hey, congratulations. Go check out the city you saved or whatnot. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I appreciate people trying stuff like this. I don't think it hits the mark though, but oh well.